Thank you for tuning in to Shelby Artist YouTube channel today. This video is an addition to my science class playlist on my channel, Shelby Artist. And it is an educational short video about the topic of environmental science. And the title of the video is Ecosystem Services. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of this term, but if I were to ask you, what are ecosystem services? What would be your answer, your guess? When I was asked this in my class for conservational biology, I thought that ecosystem services were services that humans give to the ecosystem. However, when I learned the real definition of ecosystem services, it's the other way around. Ecosystem services are the services that the ecosystem gives to humanity. So, everything I'm about to read you in this video is taken word for word from this source cited here. It is an online article from Gale, written by Amy Blackwell. Again, here it is, the source. So as to not plagiarize and give credit to the author. Ecosystem services are the direct contributions that the natural world makes to human life. They include any benefit that ecosystems provide. Human life is intricately tied to the natural world. The oxygen in the air we breathe is a result of plants and algae conducting photosynthesis. The food we eat is all the direct result of plants converting carbon dioxide into organic molecules such as sugar and starches. We either eat the plants themselves or the meat products that depend on the existence of those plants for their production. But ecosystems provide more than that. They regulate all the natural cycles of life. The carbon cycle, water cycle, nitrogen cycle, and the phosphorus cycles are all results of natural ecological processes. Healthy ecosystems are resilient to change and can continue to provide services over the long term. Loss of biodiversity, climate change, or physical destruction can impair the natural world's ability to provide ecosystem services. Scientists and policymakers sometimes divide ecosystem services into four types: provisioning services, regulating services, cultural services, and supporting services. Provisioning services. Provisioning services include food, water, wood, and fiber. Humans have always looked to nature for food and building materials. Natural ecosystems provided the animals that were the ancestors of today's domestic livestock and pets. Biodiversity provides a great store of genetic resources. These include the parent plants that humans have used to breed highly productive crop plants. Today, biomedical engineers search the rainforest for plants that could help them develop sophisticated medicines. They often consult local people who are familiar with traditional practices to learn how plants have been used medicinally for years. Healthy soil is part of this aspect of ecosystem services. Soils form over thousands of years. Productive soil is rich in organic matter and biodiversity, including microorganisms, fungi, bacteria, and invertebrates. Many of these are essential to the growth of plants. For example, most types of plants require a symbiotic or interdependent relationship with either fungi or bacteria that colonize their roots. Without these partners, The plants cannot take up nutrients for the soil. Next, we have regulating services that consist of the environmental regulation or balancing, control, etc. of ecosystems. This can include pollination by bees, natural pest control, and waste management done by decomposers that break down dead organisms. Ecosystems are full of predators and parasites that can be deployed as pest control. This principle uses natural predators to attack insects that could eat crop plants. Climate regulation is an extremely important ecosystem service. For example, the Gulf Stream is a warm current that flows through the North Atlantic Ocean, then brings warm water from the equatorial region past continental Europe. This plays a major role in keeping Europe's climate temperate. Without the Gulf Stream, Europe would be much colder. Within Europe's continent, peat soils, which is decayed vegetation, functions as a carbon sink that also mitigates climate change. Over the millennia, plants have died and been compressed as peat, P-E-A-T. Allowing peat to dry out, digging it up and burning it for fuel, or simply changing land use can have a major impact on the soil's ability to store carbon. Water purification is another regulating service performed by ecosystems. Forests and wetlands function as water filters and flood controls, soaking up water and letting it trickle out gradually. Vegetation and soil organisms both play a role in this function. Wetlands are particularly important for acting as a natural filtration system and absorbing flood waters. Damaging these ecosystems can result in floods and water contamination. Cultural services. Cultural services are the ways that humans interact with nature. They are non-material benefits that contribute to human cultural advancement. Humans have historically had a close relationship with the natural world. We were made from Earth. We are literally part of it. Traditional cultures made much of the animals they hunted and plants they grew as crops. This led to the development of religions, art, music, and science. Today, many people find spending time in nature a deeply restorative exercise, as well as an invaluable form of recreation. Outdoor exercise has been shown beneficial to both physical and mental health. Supporting services. Supporting services include the most fundamental natural processes. These include photosynthesis, respiration, nutrient cycling, and the water cycle. Photosynthesis is the source of all the oxygen in the air and water, which every animal needs for its very existence. It also pulls carbon dioxide back out of the air and sequesters it in biomass. Sequestering is, in chemistry terms, means to form a chelate or other stable compound with an ion, atom, or molecule so that it is no longer available for reactions. This is increasingly important as global carbon emissions grow. Photosynthesis occurs about half on land and the other half in the oceans. The world's forests and phytoplankton are responsible for most of this vital service. The natural cycles of carbon and nitrogen and the water cycle keep these vital substances moving around the world so that they are where they are needed. Nutrient cycling in ecosystems allows the continual processes of birth, growth, death, and decomposition. So again, I'm wrapping up with a source citation here at 10 minutes exactly. Thanks for watching.